Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cameron. This week we're playing 4 different color combinations that are not prominently played in cEDH.
So I took the liberty of brewing together 3 decks that I thought could fit in these compartments. First off, we have Neath leading the Gruul side of things. Neath wins with Conspicuous Snoop and Kiki Jiki with some light stacks thrown in there. Next we have Tymna. Tymna is obviously already an incredible commander, so we just took out the other colors, partnered her with Ravos, did a turbo ad nauseum list using Animate Dead and Leonin Relic Warder for some wins with Zulaport Cutthroat effects.
You gotta say it's Orzhov. You didn't say it's Orzhov.
It's Orzhov. For the colorless deck, I chose Kozilek and went with a shops list that wins with Aetherflux Reservoir and Mystic Forge and Sensitive Divining Top or KCI or staxing out the game and attacking for 12 a whole bunch. It's kind of loose. And for Boros, we decided to use Ian from the cEDH cast's Winota Snowball Stacks list. This list wins with Kiki Jiki and looks to stacks out the board very early, gaining a lot of card advantage with Winota. Begin!
Dylan and Nate are on mulligan to 6, is that right?
Draw for turn. Play Workshops. That's why I had to keep this hand. Ashnod's Altar, pass the turn.
Draw a card. Arid Mesa, fetch. Get a scrub land. Cast land tax. Pass turn.
Draw. I'm gonna play a Verdant Catacombs, rack it right away, go find a Taiga, cast a Boreal Druid, and then pass the turn.
End of turn. I'll crack. Going for a Sacred Foundry tapped. Draw for turn. Plateau. Thorn of Amethyst. Pass.
I love right off the bat how we all did our own little versions of our shitty ramp that we could do, and then Nate's was just like opposite. I'm gonna take out all of your ramp. I'm gonna Thorn Amethyst. No ramp, backwards ramp.
Who cares what you guys are doing? I'm just gonna slow you down.
Which is like kind of like Boris's version of ramp, is just like slowing everyone else down, right?
That's just how the white ketchup mechanic works.
Yeah, exactly. We're just playing into White's ketchup mechanic.
Not to be confused with their mustard mechanic.
Which is a whole different thing.
A whole different shenanigan.
I'm gonna play Eldrazi Temple. We'll tap 4 and cast Ensnaring Bridge. Pass the turn.
Upkeep, land tax. I'll put 2 swamps and a plains into my hand. Go to my draw. Play a swamp. Play Cabal Therapist. Pass my turn.
Untap. Draw. Forest. Cast a 3 visits. Stomping Ground. We'll have it come in untapped for 2 life. Cast an Uvenwald Tracker. Pass the turn.
Draw. Play Wooded Foothills. I'll cast Phyrexian Revoker. Ashnod's Altar. Pass the turn.
Ancient Tomb. Ouch. Worm Coil Engine. Pass.
Upkeep, land tax. Get 2 swamps and a plains. Put those into my hand. Draw for turn. Play a swamp. 2 mana for a Springleaf Drum. Cast Cruel Celebrant. I have 8 cards in my hand. I will move to discard, discarding a plains, and pass.
Draw. Land for turn Forest. Cast my commander. Cast a Flinthorn Elves. Pass the turn.
End of turn, I'll crack. Cast Winota.
You don't have any great attacks, do you?
Well, I think I do, because I don't think you guys want me to... I don't think you want Ashnod's
So, yeah, if Ashnod is live, he can cast Kozilek on his turn.
Exactly. So if I attack somebody, they're like, I'll take 2. I will go to combat. I will attack Dylan. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Move human, right?
Dahlia.
Tapped and attacking. Dylan.
I am afraid of Ashnod's Altar, so I will not block. Here's where, in my opinion, these effects start to get really powerful. One Thalia effect is really no big deal. One Thorn of Amethyst, no big deal. But
I have Mishra's Workshops. Who cares, right?
But once you get 2 of them out, then all of your 2 mana mana rocks are 4 mana mana rocks, which is so much worse. 2 mana more on every spell. When every spell costs 1 or 2 mana, that effectively doubles all of your opponent's mana spells, right? So then it just gets almost impossible to catch up at that point.
Take 4. Pass the turn.
My goal was to sacrifice 3 things to get Kozilek out on turn 4, but that's not happening now. So, pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep, land tax. Fetch 1 swamp with the land tax. Last one. And draw for turn. Play a plains. Cast Tymna. Cabal Therapist at Nate. Main phase 2, I will lose life and draw a card off Tymna. Cast Hope of Giripur and move to discard. Discarding 1 swamp. Pass turn.
Cards in hand, Cam?
4.
Draw. Land for turn Dryad Arbor. Korean Ranger. Cast a Birds of Paradise. And then I'm gonna pass turn.
I'll draw. Play land for turn. Vala.
I'm responding to Linvala. Activate Uvenwald Tracker. Neath. Fight Tymna. Fight happens, and then I draw a card. Activate Korean Ranger to return this forest to untap Uvenwald Tracker. I think it's helpful for me to put you back in the game. Activate Uvenwald Tracker to have Boreal Druid fight Phyrexian Revoker. Draw. And then they both die. Passing on Linvala.
I will cast Deafening Silence. Go to combat. Attack Tyler. Take 6. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. This Vesuv is going to enter as a copy of Eldrazi Temple. I'm going to use Workshops to cast Mind Stone, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cast Kozilek the Great Distortion. 4 cards here then. I will pass the turn.
Untap. No more land tax. Draw a card. Play a swamp as my land for turn. Cast Timna the Weaver. Go to combat. I will send a menacing Cabal Therapist at Nate and a flying Hope of Girper at Cameron. Timna, I will lose 2 in my second main and draw 2. I'll go to discard, and I will discard 2 swamps and a City of Brass. Pass turn.
Draw forest. Now I get to explain why Phyrexian Revoker was the right play. Okay. Finally, a turn later. So if I kill Phyrexian Revoker, he's able to cast Kozilek. If he has Kozilek, then he is likely to end his turn with more than 6 cards in hand, in which case I'm likely to be able to activate this, which makes it be blocked, which means I can finally kill Linvala. That's why I had to kill Phyrexian Revoker. I will move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I may pay 3 to double the power and toughness of this target creature. It must be blocked this combat if able. Combat Nate, I'm going to come at you with a 6/6.
Wait, yeah, Dryad Orb would be activated right now. I don't think it can, actually.
I'll just have Stomping Ground.
I must block.
Blocks trigger, draw. 1 Vala dice. Second main, cast a Runic Armasaur. Pass the turn.
Land for turn. Goblin Rabble Master. Activate Inkmoth. Go to combat. Make a Goblin token. Inkmoth to Tyler. Goblin token. I guess it's going to Cam. Fuck you, Cam. Trigger. Imperial Cruider. Attacking Tyler. I'm going to get Kiki. Second Winota trigger. Okay, whiff.
I'm going to put it in front of the 1/1.
Going to block with the 2/5.
I will pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Play Buried Ruins. Cast Joyra's Familiar. Cast Grafdigger's Cage. Fuck you, Winona.
This is the one that you wanted to get on turn 1 or something,
This is the real turn one that you really want.
Not only does this entirely shut off Winota, you can't play creatures from the library anymore. It completely shuts that off. It also completely shuts off my win condition.
Exactly.
Right? I'm winning off of an Animate Dead effect on a Leonin Relic Order and some type of Blood Artist type effect with a Cruel Celebrant or something like that to be able to ping everyone.
So how are you winning?
With a Blood Artist effect? A Blood Artist effect.
I will pass the turn then.
I will go to my turn. I will not search with land tax. I will draw a card. At the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, Cabal Therapists say I may sacrifice a creature. I'm going to sacrifice Cruel Celebrant, and I'm going to name a Kikijiki. Target player will be you, Nate. Cruel Celebrant trigger everyone. So this gets you the other thing. Hope of Girper is going to come at Nate. Tim the trigger, I will lose 1 and draw a card. I'll cast Demonic Tutor. 4 mana is how much I spent on it. Get a card.
This is what I was talking about when you get 2 Thalia effects, 2 Thorn effects out. Demonic Tutor at 4 mana is a shit card. Diabolic Tutor sucks.
It's a terrible card.
4 mana for a tutor is not good. The reason why Demonic Tutor is good is only because of the converted mana cost.
Exactly.
Right?
Being able to cast something after you've tutored for it is the big upside.
So and not only that, with Deafening Silence, I can't cast any non-creatures after this.
True.
So it's like double shit fuck. It's all bad. This is no good.
Shocking a Godless Shrine. Pass my turn.
That's what we need a shirt. Double shit fuck, all bad, not good.
I love that.
Play to win. Yeah, there we go.
In your end step, tap for a green. Activate Quirion Ranger to return a forest to untap the birds. Tap for another green. Activate Uvenwald Tracker. I think it's Timna. I'm just embarrassed because if I was going to do that, I should have done it before you drew a card off of it.
Okay, yeah, we fight. I gain 2.
Fight, trigger, draw. Untap, draw for turn. I will play a Spire Garden. Cast a Llanowar Elves. Cast a Magus of the Moon. Combat. Dylan, I'm going to come at you with my commander.
I'm allowed to block, but I don't have to?
Yes.
I will not block.
Take 3. I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Go to combat. Attack Dylan for 1. I will attack with Rabble Master too. And
Look at the top 12 cards of your library and then shuffle them and put them on the bottom.
Yeah, no fix. Take 6.
pass.
Play Homeward Path. Mountain. Cast LED. Sack LED for 3 red. Discarding my hand. Karn. Blasted Landscape, City of Traders, and Expedition Map. Sacrifice to Ashnod's Altar. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cast Jorah's Familiar. Cast Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Draw 7. Pass.
During your end step, I will tap the Cabal Therapist with Springleaf Drum for white mana, and then tap these 2 mountains here to flash in an Even Mind Sensor.
Mind Sensor resolves, then when priority comes around again, I'm going to activate Uvenwald Tracker and have my commander fight Even Mind Sensor. Draw.
Okay, untap. Draw a card. City of Traders Mountain. 4 mana for a Talisman of Hierarchy. That's how much it costs right now? Yep. Okay, great. The Dark Confidant. And I will tap for black and tap the Dark Confidant with a Springleaf Drum for another black and cast a Zilliport Cutthroat. Nate, I'll attack you with 1 in the air. Pass turn.
Draw. Play a forest. I'm going to move to combat. Dylan, I'm going to swing at you with my commander, Runic Armasaur, and Magus of the Moon.
Block your Neath.
Draw for block.
Cabal dies. And trigger, Zilliport.
Activate Uvenwald Tracker, Runic Armasaur, fight Jorah's Familiar.
In response, I am going to sacrifice it to Ashnod's Altar to make 2 mana.
So it does not fight. Hurtful. Cast Go for Blood. Targeting Runic Armosaur Confidant. Flip dice, draw a card, pass the turn.
Draw. I'll play Heliod's Pilgrim. Going to get Splinter Twin. Go to combat. Get another Goblin.
Everything's going to me?
Yeah.
I'm going to block the Goblin Rabble Master. Take 3 and gain 1 from Zolport, and everyone loses 1.
You could probably just do like 16 instead of having to do it like separate times too.
I guess, yeah. Pass the turn.
Draw. Play a Cavern of Mountains. Here's 5 mana. Cast Semblance Anvil. We will imprint Foundry Inspector, making all my artifacts or creatures cost 2 less to cast. Cast Geode Golem. That is all that I can do then.
Go to my turn and draw a card. Cast Imperial Seal.
I'm gonna discard Conjurer's Bauble to counter it.
Oh my god, I'm so hard. Runic Armosaur trigger?
Yeah, you can draw.
I'm going to cast Leonin Relic Warder. I'm going to take the Deafening Silence. I'm going to use the Spring Leaf and tap it for a white. Cast Ravos. I totally forgot this card was a fucking card. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. Play a forest. Cast a Null Rod.
I'm gonna discard Spatial Contortion to counter it.
And no one was surprised. Runic Armosaur trigger? With that out of the way, let's pay 2 and cast a Collector Roof.
God damn. It's kind of unfortunate because Spatial Contortion, the only reason it's there
right?
is to cast on Collector Roof, right?
Exactly.
Collector Roof and Drannith Magistrate are like big issues for Kozilek, so having some spot removal in the deck is good. It's just unfortunate when you pitch it to counter the Null Rod that happened before, I guess.
So I think I am going to actually sacrifice Kozilek to make 2 mana and then sack Mind Stone to draw a card. Okay.
2 in hand?
I have 3 in hand.
3 in hand. I will move to combat. Swing at Dylan with a Runic Armosaur and at Cameron with a Neath.
I'm not gonna block.
I'm gonna pay 1 green and cast an Arbor Elf for yet more mana and cast a Tinderwall. Pass turn.
Untap. Play Mana Confluence. I'll cast Splinter Twin Imperial Recruiter. Activate. This goes to my hand. I'm going to cast it. Go to combat. Make a Goblin. All coming at Cam. I want to look at it because I want to know if wear and tear's in here. End of turn, I will sack my...
All right. Well, now in Everything Sucks news, play a land, cast Clock of Omens. All my stuff just cost face value. Float 2 mana. Manifold Key and Mana Vault. You guys are lucky that there is all kinds of stacks pieces out there.
You have 0 cards in your hand?
Yep.
So no one's attacking anymore.
Pass.
Go to my turn. Upkeep, Ravos will trigger, Zilport Cutthroat to my hand. Draw for turn. I can play a land mountain, a Gemstone Caverns Mountain. I can't do anything. All right, I'm just gonna do this now because
This is a fucking
I'm
game.
shut off in every way. That's 5, 6, 7 for the extra. I'm gonna fire off Sorcery Speed, 7 mana, at 19 life, ad nauseum. I'm gonna hit Villas right off the top and followed by Razakath. Okay. 0, 3, 2, 0, 1, 2, 2, 1. This has actually been an amazing ad nauseum so far that I for sure could have got there if I could have done anything. Go to 6. 1 more. Go to 5. I'm just gonna stop there. Go to my end step.
Green, green, sacrifice for red, red. Use 1 red, 1 green to put 1 activation on the stack of Runic Armosaur fighting that. First activation will target Lan and Guy, and then I'll untap and put on a second activation targeting Ravos with my commander. Fight 1, draw. Fight 2, draw. Deafening Silence is back. Okay.
Go to discard. Discarding these cards. Go ahead.
Draw. Move to end step. Discard.
Draw a card. Activate Splinter Twin Imperial Recruiter. So I'm going to get Legion Warboss. Cast Legion 2 Goblins. So I will have 5 Goblins. Pass turn. Exile.
Play a mountain. Pass the turn.
Second verse, same as the first. A little bit louder and a little bit worse.
Untap. Draw a card. Play Verdant Catacombs Mountain. If it wasn't for all these stacks pieces, I'll cast Diabolic Intent, sacrificing Hope of Gearper. And it is this card. Cast Zilport Cutthroat, which is funny because you guys know that off of the Adnos I have Necromancy, meaning if there were no stacks pieces on the board, I could reanimate the thing. And if also you didn't have the fight thing, and if I was by myself, if I was alone in a room right now on turn 27, I could win right here. That's how good this deck is. Pass turn.
8 stacks pieces on the board right now.
I think that's a
I can
record.
My deck can barely
This is
get
pretty
through
good.
2. 8 is just what am I even doing anymore?
End of turn here. Moving Wall Tracker. We're gonna have Runic Armosaur fight Cutthroat. Draw.
Gain 1 life, and you all lose 1.
Fight again, targeting my commander and Legion Warboss. Draw. Draw. Activate Wall Tracker. We will have Runic Armosaur fight Rebel Master. Draw. Return to forest to untap Wall Tracker.
I would get the Imperial Recruiter next.
Yeah, that's yeah. Fighting with my commander. Draw from that one. Cast a Temur Sabertooth. Move to end step, discarding 5 cards.
I'm playing Legion. Landing. Pass.
We are going to pay 4 mana for a Thran Dynamo. Pass the turn.
Draw a card.
Well, quick question though.
Sure.
Who's the target player?
I'm going to target me. Why? What are you doing? I'm going to target me with Peer into the Abyss.
I will pay 2 to cast a Deflecting Swat.
I deserve this.
So it's 64 total.
All right. I'm going to pass priority right to the end of my turn then. Right through.
Deflecting Swat is definitely one of the best interactive spells.
I'm glad that they printed Deflecting Swat and Peer into the Abyss around the same time, because Deflecting Swat is just like the perfect answer for it. It's really gets him.
I have played a forest for turn. Pay 2 mana. I'm going to activate Uvenwald Tracker, having Collector Oof fight Thalia Guardian of Thraben. Draw for that. Force of Vigor, targeting Thorn of Amethyst and Deafening Silence. Cast Utopia Sprawl, targeting this forest, naming red. Cast Wild Growth, targeting this forest. Tap this forest to generate green, red. Tap Arbor Elf to untap that forest, tap it again, green, red. I'm going to return this forest to my hand to activate Quirion Ranger, targeting Arbor Elf. Tap it again, add another green. Cast a Mox Diamond. Discard a Mana Confluence. I'm going to cast a Lotus Petal, exile an Elvish Spirit Guide from my hand, generating 1 more green. So for 3 and 1 red, I will cast Meltdown for X equals 3, holding priority. I'll respond by adding 1 red and 1 green with Lotus Petal and Mox Diamond respectively. Cast a Hyrax Tower Scout. With the Hyrax Tower Scout untap ability, we will untap Arbor Elf. We'll generate another green and another red. Cast Torch Courier. Cast Splinter Twin targeting Hyrax Tower Scout. Sack Torch Courier. Give Hyrax Tower Scout haste. Make another Hyrax Tower Scout. Untap this one. Those all have haste. Make 1 zillion of them.
Nice.
Move to combat.
Dead. Wow.
Only Tyler could have found that line. I swear to God. He had to go through 700 hoops. What a fucking game.
He had so many cards in his hand at the end there. Thank God for the power of editing.
At least he was able to find a win there, because we could have been there for another 10 turns if he
Just
wasn't
trying to sit there and
if I
figure
didn't
it
just
out.
hand him a Peer into the Abyss on a silver plate with that Deflecting Swat, right? If I didn't give
That
him 30
was
cards,
great.
we would have just been here for another. We
Yep.
would have still been here probably.
But the meltdown, getting rid of the ensnaring bridge, allowing him to just completely go off.
Watching him go
there.
through all of those hoops to make sure that all of the stacks pieces were gone in the correct order for him to be able to even use the Torch Courier, which is really there for conspicuous snoop lines, but being able to give your Hyrax Scout haste so that you can activate it. Like, that was really, I mean,
That was top notch.
that was true.
Applause
That was
to
great.
you, sir.
To be fair, I did look at his hand later. He had a gamble. If he gambled for Dockside, he could have made infinite mana with Temur Sabertooth.
Oh, that's also
and done all of
true.
that a lot easier. Yes, he had the Collector if he could have fought it with something else.
Yeah.
And just the process would have been a lot easier had he done that. But watching Gruul storm was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool. That's something you never get to see Gruul
watching
too.
a Gruul deck storm off. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon.
Check out the new Food Chain Wins Games shirts and sweatshirts available on Bonfire at the link below.
If you'd like to pick up any of the cards that you saw today, we have a TCG Player affiliate link down below.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast too. That comes out every once in a while.
And we have tokens if you'd like to donate to Black Lives Matter and forward us the receipts to playtowinmtg@gmail.com with your address. We'll ship a pack out of 4 to you.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm so proud when we actually get the whole thing. There's
I
so many
know, me
things
too. It's beautiful.